Welcome back to the Wellness Tips channel, where we unlock the secrets to vibrant health. Prepare to have your mind blown. What if I told you that a humble egg could outshine the luxurious bird's nest in nutritional power? Yes, you heard that. Right. If you've been chasing bird's nest as the gold standard of nutrition, stick with me until the end of this video. I'm revealing 7 game-changing ways to transform eggs, a cheap, everyday staple, into a health-boosting superstar that might just leave bird's nest in the dust. Music. Hey there, my amazing aunts, uncles, and elders. As we hit those golden years of middle age or retirement, health and nutrition take center stage, don't they? Some of you splurge on bird's nest or ginseng, chasing those pricey superfoods. But hold up. What if the ultimate health hack is already sitting in your kitchen, hiding in plain sight? It's familiar, it's affordable, and it's criminally underrated. Today, we're diving deep into the world of eggs. A seemingly simple food that's secretly a nutritional powerhouse, packing benefits that might just rival or even surpass bird's nest. Worried about cholesterol? That's an old myth, debunked by science ages ago. Get ready to rethink everything you thought you knew about this kitchen gem. Nowadays, science has completely vindicated eggs, even ranking them among the top superfoods. Bird's nest is indeed precious, but when it comes to comprehensive health benefits, eggs are the truly complete gift that nature has bestowed upon humanity. In today's video, I will explore with you why eggs deserve to be considered a treasure in your daily diet. A food that is not glamorous, but contains benefits that even bird's nest or ginseng may not rival. The egg is small but extraordinary. It is a genuine superfood, and within an egg is a true treasure that nature has generously given to humans. The most special thing is that eggs contain a complete protein system, providing all the essential amino acids for the body. I want to emphasize this clearly so you understand why it's so special. Please listen carefully. According to researchers, there are about 500 different types of amino acids in nature. However, humans only need 20 types to form protein molecules. Of these 20, 9 are essential amino acids that our bodies cannot synthesize and must be obtained through diet. Fortunately, eggs contain all 20 of these amino acids. This is extremely special because no other food has been found to provide all essential amino acids. That's why I often call eggs a refined gift from creation. A gift that is easy to find, easy to eat, and good for the health of both young and old. And it doesn't stop there. Besides complete proteins, eggs also contain particularly precious nutrients that even bird's nest lacks. For example, lecithin helps protect liver cells and cleans blood vessels, or choline, a compound that improves memory and prevents cognitive decline. This is especially important for those over 60, not to mention a host of essential vitamins and minerals like vitamins A, D, E, B12, zinc, iron, or calcium. All are condensed in the small but powerful egg. In particular, lutein and zeaxanthin. These are valuable compounds that help prevent macular degeneration, protect vision, and are especially essential for those over 60. Nutrients not found in high-end foods like bird's nest or precious ginseng. When it comes to nutrient content, we often compare that this nutrient is higher or more abundant in one food than another, but eggs are different. What makes me treasure eggs even more is that they are not the highest or most abundant in any one nutrient, but the most sufficient. Eggs have all essential nutrients in just the right amounts, allowing the body to absorb and metabolize efficiently, neither too much nor too little. The ancients had a saying, "The rich eat bird's nest, the poor eat eggs." This is a concise and vivid way to reflect the difference in living standards between the rich and the poor, highlighting bird's nest as a highly nutritious and very expensive food. However, the ancients were clever in choosing eggs for comparison, not any other food, because they knew that eggs are a common, much cheaper, easy to find and easy to prepare food. Eggs are still very nutritious but clearly cannot compare in economic value or rarity with bird's nest. Today, with the tremendous advancement of modern science, researchers have enough data to make accurate comparisons between birds' nest and eggs. What surprised me most, and I think you'll be very interested in, is that when it comes to true nutritional value, bird's nest only surpasses eggs in one aspect. It's more expensive, especially for those over 60, when the need for essential nutrients for health increases. Eggs prove superior in many ways that not everyone knows. Now, allow me to share some specific evidence so you can better understand. The first and most important comparison is about protein and the system of essential amino acids. These are critical components for maintaining health, preventing aging, and supporting body recovery. Dried bird's nest does contain about 50% protein. That sounds high, but upon closer analysis, it only has 3 essential amino acids: lysine, cysteine, and arginine. That's very little compared to the body's actual needs. Meanwhile, fresh egg whites only have about 10% protein. But if dried like bird's nest, the protein content in eggs can reach up to 90%. That's an impressive number that few notice. However, the more important thing is not the percentage of protein, but the quality and absorption capacity of that protein. Eggs contain all 20 amino acids, including the 9 essential ones that our bodies cannot produce and must obtain from food. This is very rare in the natural food world. Not only are they complete, but the ratio of amino acids in eggs is arranged in a very special, almost perfect way for the body's biological needs, allowing the body to absorb, metabolize, and use protein optimally. The most wonderful thing I want you to remember is that the absorption rate of protein from eggs can reach up to 98%. This means almost all the protein in eggs is used efficiently by the body without waste. Many studies in Thailand and China have confirmed this. They use a scale called the biological value of protein, and the result is that egg protein scores 100%, an almost ideal number. Meanwhile, bird's nest protein only scores about 40 points, much lower in absorption and biological efficiency. So if we look deeply at the true quality a food brings to the body, not just its rarity or price, eggs, though simple and familiar, lead in nutritional value, especially for the elderly. The second comparison is about sugar content in food. Dear aunts, uncles, and elders, many people still think bird's nest is a high-end, comprehensively nutritious food. But if we look closely at its nutritional composition, we'll find something surprising. Dried bird's nest contains up to 25% sugar. That means 100 g of bird's nest has 25 g of sugar. Meanwhile, eggs, both white and yolk, have almost no sugar. The sugar content is extremely low, nearly zero. This is very important, especially in today's modern society, where most of us are consuming excess sugar without realizing it. This silent sugar overload is a factor in many dangerous diseases like obesity, diabetes, fatty liver, cardiovascular issues, and even premature aging and weakened immunity. So, if we look closely, the high sugar content in bird's nest is not necessarily a plus. For many people, especially the elderly or those with underlying conditions like diabetes or high blood pressure, this could be a drawback to consider when using it. In contrast, eggs, though very humble, are a safe, healthy food, more suitable for a modern scientific diet, especially for controlling blood sugar, preventing metabolic issues, and maintaining long-term health. The third comparison is about fat and cholesterol, a misunderstanding that once unfairly tarnished eggs. Many of us have probably heard that eggs have a lot of cholesterol and shouldn't be eaten often. But the truth is, that notion is outdated. Modern science has clearly vindicated eggs. If we compare fat, it's true that bird's nest has almost no fat, virtually no lipids. Egg yolks do contain cholesterol, about 186 mg per industrially produced egg. But here's the important thing I want you to note. It's not the bad cholesterol we used to think it was. The cholesterol in eggs is mostly the beneficial type, necessary for cell structure, brain function, and the nervous system. Why were eggs misunderstood? And why are people now encouraged to eat eggs again? I'll share more details in the next part of the video. For now, let's continue with the next comparison. The fourth comparison is about micronutrients, which is truly rich in minerals. We often hear that bird's nest is rich in calcium and magnesium. That's true. In 100 grain of dried bird's nest, there's up to 674 million of calcium, a very high number. It also has a certain amount of magnesium, good for bones and nerves. However, one thing few notice is that bird's nest also contains a very high amount of sodium, about 1987 milliliters per 100 grain dry, equivalent to nearly 5 grain of salt. Meanwhile, the recommended daily sodium intake for adults is only about 2 g. This means eating a lot of bird's nest can lead to excess salt in the body, especially for those with cardiovascular issues, high blood pressure, or weak kidneys. What about eggs? Eggs also have calcium, about 65 mg per egg, and magnesium at a very balanced level, sufficient to support bone, joint, and muscle function. Notably, eggs contain many essential micronutrients that bird's nest almost lacks. For example, iron helps produce red blood cells, preventing anemia, or zinc, which supports immunity, wound healing, and enhances vitality, along with other trace elements like selenium, copper, and manganese. Importantly, the micronutrients in eggs are distributed very balanced and more easily absorbed, not putting pressure on the body, especially for the elderly. The fifth comparison is about vitamins, which is the true vitamin storehouse. Dear aunts, uncles, and elders, many think bird's nest is rich in vitamins. But if we compare closely, eggs are truly a natural vitamin treasure trove. Specifically, bird's nest has some vitamins like B1, B2, B3, B6, B12, vitamins E, D, A, and folate. Meanwhile, eggs are among the most vitamin-rich foods, providing many essential vitamins for the body. For example, vitamins A, D, E, K, and B group vitamins like B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B9, B12, and choline. Additionally, eggs contain lutein and zeaxanthin, powerful antioxidants that protect eyes from macular degeneration and cataracts. That's the comparison of vitamin quantity, where eggs far surpass bird's nest in variety. Digging deeper into the content of each food, bird's nest contains very little, especially fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which are crucial for strength, immunity, and bone and joint health. Here's a detailed comparison table. Do you see aunts, uncles, and elders? Although bird's nest is considered a high-end food, in terms of vitamin content, eggs are far superior. Eggs provide a wide range of essential vitamins in higher amounts, supporting many vital body functions. Thus, in the daily diet, eggs are a richer and more accessible source of vitamins than bird's nest. The sixth comparison is about sialic acid, a golden nutrient for the brain and immunity. Dear aunts, uncles, and elders, sialic acid is extremely important for brain health, the nervous system, and immunity. It helps build cell membranes, supports nerve signal transmission, and protects the body from bacteria and viruses. Bird's nest is famous for being rich in sialic acid, so it has long been considered a precious food, especially good for children and the elderly. However, I'd like to share an important perspective. Dr. Tran Van Phuc, a well-known expert, said that sialic acid is also a gateway for some viruses to enter cells and a substance that helps cancer cells multiply. Therefore, for those with viral infections or cancer-related conditions, using bird's nest should be carefully considered, even paused, aunts, uncles, and elders. Fortunately, our bodies can synthesize sialic acid, and it's also available in easy-to-find foods, including eggs. Duck eggs contain up to 200 milliliters of sialic acid per egg. For chicken eggs, it's about 20 milliliters per egg. So if you eat 5 chicken eggs regularly each week, you've supplemented an amount of sialic acid equivalent to bird's nest, ants, uncles, and elders. In summary, after 6 comparisons, it's clear that eggs, though simple, cheap, and familiar, are a true superfood. From protein, amino acids, vitamins, and minerals to sialic acid, eggs have it all, even surpassing bird's nest in many aspects. Though bird's nest is a rare delicacy, eggs are affordable and nutrient-rich for everyone. If used correctly, eggs are a small treasure that nature has given for our health, aunts, uncles, and elders. But sadly, for a long time, eggs, such a nutritious food, were unfairly criticized. People once thought eating eggs would raise blood cholesterol, leading to cardiovascular disease or stroke. So many were wary, even avoiding eggs altogether. In the next part of today's video, I'll analyze this misunderstanding in detail and explain why scientists have now vindicated eggs and encourage eating them daily to protect health. First, most blood cholesterol in the body doesn't come from the food we eat. Studies show only about 20 to 30% of serum cholesterol comes from diet, while 70 to 80% is synthesized by the liver. When we have metabolic disorders like insulin spikes, fatty liver, or prolonged stress, the liver increases production of endogenous cholesterol, causing imbalances in the blood. This means eating eggs doesn't raise blood cholesterol. It's due to internal metabolic disorders. The second reason blood cholesterol rises is not from eggs but from saturated fats and trans fats. These fats are often found in animal fat, organ meats, animal butter, chicken skin, fatty red meat, or foods fried repeatedly, industrial cookies, and processed foods. Meanwhile, eggs have no trans fats, and the saturated fat in eggs is very low, only about 1.6 grain per chicken egg, so they're not the main cause of cardiovascular disease as previously feared. Third, scientific evidence from large-scale studies shows eggs have more benefits than risks if used appropriately. A study published in the BMJ in 2013, reviewing 17 studies, found eating 1 egg daily does not increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. A study in China with over 400,000 participants also showed that those eating 1 egg daily had a lower risk of ischemic heart disease and stroke compared to those who didn't eat eggs. Additionally, other studies show eggs reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes by 28%, hypertension by 32%, and improve memory, vision, and immune functions thanks to nutrients like choline, lutein, and vitamin D. Nutrition experts in the US and Europe now agree that healthy people can eat 1 to 2 eggs daily without worrying about raising blood cholesterol. Even for those with high blood lipids, eggs are still safe as long as total saturated fat intake and overall diet are scientifically managed, so aunts, uncles, and elders, don't worry too much. Feel confident including eggs in your daily meals appropriately. Nutrition experts today also recommend eating 1 to 2 eggs daily. What's fascinating is that when eggs are combined with some herbal ingredients available in your garden, they're no longer just a nutritious dish, but a precious tonic recipe that helps our bodies recover from within, prevent disease at its root, nourish vitality, calm the mind, reduce inflammation, detoxify, and protect beauty. In the next part of the video, I'll guide you on when to eat and how to prepare eggs to retain all their nutrition without harming health. Please follow along, as just a few small changes in how you eat eggs can turn this dish into a miracle remedy in your kitchen. Dear aunts, uncles, and elders, eggs are a highly nutritious food, but eating them at the right time, preparing them correctly, and combining them with the right foods fully maximizes their health benefits for senior health. Morning is the golden time to eat eggs. If you eat 1 egg in the morning, your body is gently and effectively awakened. Eggs boost metabolism, support digestion, and provide sustained energy throughout the morning. thanks to their high-quality protein content. Eggs also create a lasting feeling of fullness, reducing cravings for snacks. This is very beneficial for those needing to control weight, blood pressure, or blood sugar. Even more special is that eggs contain a vital nutrient for the brain, choline. This compound directly participates in synthesizing acetylcholine, a key neurotransmitter that enhances memory, focus, and keeps the mind sharp. As age increases, the need to protect the brain and prevent cognitive decline becomes more critical, making a morning egg even more meaningful. Small but mighty. Dear aunts, uncles, and elders, another golden time to eat eggs is in the evening. Although eggs are a good food and can be eaten at any time of day, eating them in the evening brings many special benefits that not everyone knows. If you have a habit of light exercise or working out in the late afternoon or evening, eating an egg afterward is wonderful because eggs provide high-quality protein and all essential amino acids, aiding muscle recovery, repair, and growth, thus enhancing strength and stamina over time. Even more special is that eggs contain tryptophan, an amino acid that helps the body produce serotonin and melatonin, two substances that stabilize emotions and regulate sleep. Thus, eating an egg properly in the evening can help you sleep deeper, relax your mind, and reduce tossing and turning or insomnia, a problem many adults face. However, some of you may worry that eating eggs in the evening could cause bloating or indigestion. This can be completely avoided if eaten correctly. You should prioritize boiled or steamed eggs, minimizing fried dishes with lots of oil. You should also eat eggs about 1.5 to 2 hours before bedtime to give the digestive system time to work. Dinner should be light, combining eggs with some porridge, boiled vegetables or light soup for easier absorption and to avoid bloating. If your digestion is weak, avoid pairing eggs with other proteins like meat or fish in the same meal. Besides the timing, how eggs are prepared also determines how much nutrition your body absorbs from them. Studies show that eggs boiled just to the point of being fully cooked are the most optimal for absorption. At this point, the body can utilize nearly all the protein and nutrients in the egg. Soft fried or steamed eggs are also good choices. But if eggs are fried too crispy or overcooked, high temperatures denature the protein, significantly reducing nutritional value. In particular, many people have a habit of eating raw eggs or runny yolks. However, experts say this not only causes the body to absorb less nutrition but also poses a risk of bacterial infection, especially salmonella, which can cause diarrhea, nausea, or even be dangerous for the elderly. Additionally, raw eggs contain avidin, a substance that can inhibit the absorption of biotin, an important vitamin for nerves and skin. Therefore, the best way is to eat eggs boiled just right, neither too soft nor too hard. This ensures safety, maximum absorption, and no need for extra oil, making it very suitable for the elderly, those on diets, or those with cardiovascular or blood pressure issues. However, eating only boiled or soft-fried eggs all the time can get boring, right? Aunts, uncles, and elders. Even though it's good for senior health, a dish that isn't varied loses its appeal. So today, I'll share with you 7 very simple ways to eat eggs that elevate them into dishes like natural remedies, both nutritious and easy to eat without getting tiresome, while supporting specific health needs. One of the most famous and beloved combinations is steamed free-range eggs with turmeric and honey. This is a golden trio for senior health, helping beautify skin, reduce inflammation, support digestion, aid postpartum recovery, and especially improve liver function. You only need 1 free-range egg, a teaspoon of turmeric powder or freshly ground turmeric, and a teaspoon of pure honey. Beat them together and steam over a water bath for about 15 minutes to use immediately. This dish is easy to eat and gently detoxifies the body from within. Another very familiar dish for many is eggs fried with mugwort. This is quite familiar to many of you, right? We often say it helps nourish blood, regulate menstruation, and relieve headaches and stomach aches. But in reality, its benefits go far beyond that. Mugwort leaves help improve blood circulation, treat dizziness, physical weakness, reduce joint pain, fight inflammation, and notably contain compounds that inhibit tumor cells, reduce spasms, and are great for those with stomach or colon issues, menstrual cramps, and even those undergoing cancer treatment. However, note that you should choose mugwort plants at least 3 to 4 years old, as their essential oil content is optimal then. When preparing, don't mix raw eggs with raw mugwort and fry them, as mugwort takes longer to cook than eggs. Sauté the mugwort first, then add the eggs. This makes the dish both delicious and maximizes its tonic effects. Additionally, hairy fig leaves combined with chicken eggs are a famous folk remedy, not only treating diarrhea, bloating, and digestive disorders, but also suitable for daily consumption to support a healthy gut, especially for those with cold stomachs or weak digestion. Hairy fig leaves in Vietnam are considered a precious medicinal herb. So eggs with hairy fig leaves are not just a dish, but a way to nurture gut health right from family meals. A rather new but very worthwhile combination is steamed chicken eggs with red dates and goji berries. This dish isn't very common yet because red dates and goji berries used to be expensive. But nowadays, they're quite affordable, so please try buying and preparing it. This dish nourishes blood, calms the mind, enhances memory, and beautifies skin. You can cook 5 red dates with a tablespoon of goji berries in 300 ml of water until soft. Then crack in a chicken egg, stir well, and turn off the heat. Or you can steam all 3 ingredients together for about 15 to 20 minutes. Next is chicken eggs with chives, a rustic dish with surprisingly many health benefits. Chives help treat coughs, colds, boost immunity, and are especially good for male vitality. You can soft fry or steam them, and use regularly to improve overall health. Additionally, perilla leaves combined with chicken eggs are also a good choice, especially on cold days when you're prone to catching a cold. Perilla has a warming nature, helping relieve colds, reduce fever, alleviate bloating, and improve digestion. Very suitable for those with a cold constitution, cold stomachs, or wind-related colds. Wash perilla leaves, chop finely, mix with eggs, and soft fry or steam. Or you can cook egg and perilla porridge, which is very delicious and nutritious. Finally, we can't forget steamed eggs with fresh ginger. Slice fresh ginger, sauté until fragrant, then add eggs to fry or mix with eggs and steam. This dish is very aromatic, warms the stomach, treats colds, supports digestion, and reduces nausea, perfect for winter or after days of irregular eating that upset the stomach. In summary, chicken eggs are not just a food but a golden remedy in the kitchen. When combined with familiar herbs around the house, you can create delicious, nutritious dishes that enhance health from within. You can try 1 or 2 dishes each week, rotating them to keep meals tasty and naturally tonic. If you feel lighter, sleep better, and digest better, you can be confident you're eating correctly. Dear aunts, uncles, and elders, we've journeyed together to the end of this enlightening video. My goal wasn't to downplay the value of bird's nest, a truly precious food for those recovering from illness, weakness, or post-surgery nourishment. If you have the means, bird's nest can be a fantastic addition to care for senior health, as advised by experts. But this video's heart lies in celebrating eggs, restoring their rightful place as a misunderstood superfood. Eggs aren't just a humble family dish. When used wisely, they're a tonic remedy bursting with benefits. As the title boldly claims, with the right approach, eggs can outshine bird's nest in nourishment. I encourage you to enjoy 4 to 6 eggs weekly, paired with local herbs and spices, for a delicious, budget-friendly, and naturally tonic path to lasting health. Before making any dietary changes, please consult your doctor or nutritionist to ensure the best results tailored to you. To spread positivity, I invite you to share one healthy habit you practice and one inspiring habit from a friend or loved one in the comments. Let's motivate each other to live better. If you found this video valuable, support the Wellness Tips channel by subscribing, liking, and sharing it to reach more people. Don't stop here. Explore our other videos for more health wisdom. Until next time, I wish you vibrant health, peace, strength, and endless joy.